This is KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications. This is KHQA. It's your news now.
Well, this is Saturday, April the 28th, and you have indeed entered overtime on this very special day, which serves as proof positive that no matter where you come from in this world, if you work hard enough and dream big enough, your future want is yours for the taking. And in particular on this weekend, evidence of that comes from two very gifted gentlemen, in the truest sense of that word, who are doing the Gem City incredibly proud. And that begins with the Baltimore Ravens' newest offensive guard, Quincy Notre Dame alum Jack Cornell, who signed a free agent contract with the NFL team after going undrafted today. Now, that wasn't necessarily a bad thing, however. It gave the Fighting Illini bodyguard a chance to cherry pick his best situation.
I mean, this is great. This is a tremendous opportunity, a tremendous franchise I'm a part of now, and I couldn't be more excited to get it going.
To have a chance to go in and kind of cherry pick your situation, you know they drafted a couple of offensive linemen, so there's going to be competition. That has to make this pretty sweet to know you're kind of almost in a better position than had you thrown your fates to the wind.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it doesn't matter where you go in this league, there's going to be competition. I mean, people are coming for your job every day, so nothing's guaranteed from here on out, but I'm excited to get this opportunity. I really like the coaches, heard great things about the facility, about the organization, so I'm ready to go.
How quickly after the draft did this get done?
This even before the draft was over, the Ravens and Bengals and Dolphins were calling me, ready to offer me a contract and get me going, get me signed. So right when the draft was over, my agent started talking to the Ravens and working out a deal and getting things finalized.
How quick are you out of here? How quick do you get to minicamp, I guess is the next question.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now they'll fly me out and we'll start the whole rookie orientation process, the rookie minicamps, and then the regular minicamps when the veterans come back. So, I'll be in town for the next couple weeks and then flying out there and starting my career in professional football.
Last one for you. I know Twitter blew up. I mean, there were a lot of people along for this ride, maybe more than you realize. How neat is that for you to carry not only Quincy but all of Western Illinois kind of on your shoulders?
It's really cool, the support that I've gotten from not only the city of Quincy but from the surrounding communities around Quincy and around Champaign. It just feels like one big family. Everybody's been following me every step of the way from high school to this point that I'm at now. And, I couldn't be more thankful of all those fans and all those people who've followed me so closely. And it really, truly means the world.
Hey, big thanks as well to Roberto from Tiramisu Restaurant for the use of his back room for that interview tonight. Incredibly proud of Big Jack. Good stuff. We hope he will become a superstar for the Baltimore Ravens. Also, big news out of Macomb tonight. Terrian Crump, the outstanding wide receiver, number 4 all time in school history in yardage produced, has signed a free agent contract of his own after going undrafted. Although a little bit of a tricky situation, the Chicago Bears have like 9 wide receivers under contract already, so Mr. Crump will have his work cut out for them making the team. However, congratulations and best wishes to Terrian as he pursues his NFL career as well. More good news now. In French Lick, Indiana today, Quincy's Luke Guthrie is tearing up the field in the Big Ten Golf Championships with just 18 holes left to play. On Sunday, Luke is 7 strokes clear of the field and atop the leaderboard, 6 under par through 54 holes, and in position to help the Fighting Illini claim their 4th straight team title in this conference. Luke was blistering today, particularly on the back 9 on what is a fantastically difficult course in French Lick, Indiana. He went 5 under on the back 9 to fashion a 67. The Illini, meanwhile, as a team, lead Indiana by 2 strokes for the team title. Ross will keep you updated, maybe even some highlights tomorrow with all the fun over in French Lick. Bad news, though, for the Quincy University women's softball team as they are eliminated today in the GLVC tournament, which means their season comes to an end with a 26-28 record. Ashley Rossetti ends her season with a 3-run home run, but not nearly enough as the Lady Hawks fall to UIS by the final count today of 6-5. We've got some college baseball for you today. Danville and John Wood in a doubleheader, and Cody King was fully in command in this game, already up 2-0. Robert Gonzalez, who factored in all 3 of his team's runs, drives home one here to give his team a little bit of insurance and to give Cody King just a little bit more cushion. It's not like he needed it. The Kirksville native absolutely dazzling as he twirled a masterful performance today, striking out 2 of the 3 batters he would face in the top of the 7th to seal the deal on his 2nd shutout of the season. Great stuff for the future Quincy University Hawk as John Wood wins the first game 3-0, drops the second in the doubleheader though, 3-2 to Danville in a score that just got called in. Meanwhile, huge wins today at home for Quincy University over Rockhurst. Rockhurst, the number 2 team in the conference, the number 4 team in the region. Boy, the Hawks took them apart today, winning 7-6 in extra innings. Curran Collins with a home run in that first game, and then Aaron Priestess backs up a couple of great pitching efforts for the Hawks today as Josh Raby's team gets a big sweep. Josh Raby's team can get 1 or 2 wins tomorrow against Rockhurst. Boy, this weekend gets even better for the Hawks. Ross Green will have your highlights coming up tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Also on the docket today, Culver Stockton with a split at home against Central Methodist. 9 runs in the first inning for the Wildcats in that first game. That is a new high water mark for this season. Second game, Sabe Sears out of Scotland County shows up big, but Central Methodist bounced back and gets the win today. Final count in that one was 4-2. We've got some more news for you. Congratulations to Southeastern High School native Zach Wood up at the Drake Relays tonight with a big showing. Finished 15th overall among some of the nation's finest. As you see right there, Zach Wood, who is currently jumping as a junior for the Air Force Academy, goes 6 feet 6 inches today for a 15th place finish. Also, Melissa Norville, the outstanding long jumper today from Illinois College, finished 10th, again, out of a great national field. Remember, she's a Division III jumper competing against some of the best in Division I. We've got football to talk about. Oh, the Tom Pagic era officially unveiled, sort of, today with the spring football game. First team offense going to work. James Chmielek going up top here to his outstanding tight end, Nick Malinowski, who kind of looks like Rob Gronkowski in theory and in approach there today. First touchdown of the day, courtesy of Brent Williams, who goes up top with the second team, the white team here, hooking up with Jackie Charles for the 68-yard score. The answer, though, comes courtesy of Jacksonville product Nick Lonergan. Had himself a great day throwing today. 6 of 11 passing, 137 on the day, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, including this dandy touchdown to Justin Dickens, who scores at the other end. Lonergan looked really good. 2 of his first 3 series resulted in scoring as he caught that touchdown there. Also ran a series that led to a field goal. The veteran team, the white team, or the, I guess we're calling them the brown team, and this got the win today. As I mentioned, Nick Lonergan looked pretty good. We'll find out for pretty soon, I guess, who the starting quarterback will be for the Hawks going forward. But again, a great effort right there, as you saw from the Jacksonville product, who will be a redshirt freshman this year, Nick Lonergan, as I mentioned, the 2 touchdown passes on the day. Hey, and we're just scratching the surface here. When we come back on Overtime, we delve into a very busy day of high school baseball and soccer as well. Lots of goodies coming your way when Overtime continues.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar, brought to you by Con Communications.
And welcome back to Overtime, everybody. Along one of the benchmark programs in Tri-State High School baseball, Pittsfield has hit a bit of a forced youth movement this season in that the Sockies field a roster with but 1 senior. By the same token, John Schultz is starting to find some answers with some of his younger players late in the season. Case in point, today's game with a very talented West Central squad in Bluffs. West Central, though, jumping out early in this game. It's Luke Nash. Nice piece of hitting here to score a run. Luke maybe got a little over-aggressive trying to stretch a double into a triple. He's thrown out, but the Cougars jumped out to a 1-0 lead in the second game of a doubleheader. Later, it's Kyle Matthews. He would punch one here to the top of the fence, just misses the home run. He gets the double there, would later score on a sac fly to put his team up 2-0. Braden Cox, though, settles in nicely and starts shutting down at that point the Cougars' powerful offense. Check out the defense here out in right field by Zach Doman, though. Look at the catch. My friends, you will see that again on Sensational 7 as he takes away a sure base hit. But Braden Cox going to get back right here. An RBI chopper here to put his team back on the board. All of a sudden, Pittsfield kind of catches some life in this game. Check out some more great defense. Ethan Barrowman, full extension stretch at shortstop, and that, my friends, is an out as well. More to come in this one. Brant Best, this was kind of a pivotal, critical juncture. He lays down the bunt. It's booted a couple of different times in a couple of different ways, which allows the Sockies to score yet another run. Then Ethan Barrowman is going to contribute to a 4-run frame. It puts the Sockies up 5-2. They win the second game of this doubleheader by the final count in this game of 5-3. That would be your final here before the rains came and washed out the rest of the day. Meanwhile, in the earlier game, West Central showed their power, knocking off Pittsfield by the final count there of 9-7. We've got more baseball baseball scores for you today. Moline looks every bit the best team in the Western Big Six, coming in today and beating Quincy High heads up 4-1 in the first game, as Andrew Eilers for the second straight week is the hard luck pitcher of record. However, that young sophomore is going to be a stud, especially if he can get some run support. Moline in the second game butchers Quincy High as well. 8-6 is your final there. Illini West in a split today with Monrose losing the first game despite the heroics of Tanner Anderson in 9 innings, 3-2. And in the second game, Jack Bostard with an RBI triple, a 2 RBI triple, I should say, as Illini West forces the split. 6-3 was your final there. Also today, Jerseyville, a loser at Jacksonville. Jacksonville playing some great baseball of late. The Crimsons win that one 7-1. Supposed to be a doubleheader. I believe the second game was rained out. Got awfully nasty and a lot of lightning today down in Jacksonville. Beardstown in a doubleheader against South Fulton. Robin Lewis's team looking to secure a conference title today, sending Dylan Bubba Patterson to the hill, and he was none too shabby in this game. Shutout for the first 5 innings for Bubba Patterson right there, as you see him twirl the nasty curveball at that point. 5th inning, still scoreless. Matthew Watson with a 2-run single here, put his team up 2-0. The rain started falling. I got out of there, figured this thing was over, the way Patterson was pitching. Oh no, not by a long shot. In the 6th inning, you would see South Fulton score 3 runs, take the lead 3-2, and then Beardstown answer with 9 runs, including a Brady Spears grand slam. I guess I missed a little bit too much in this one. Beardstown ends up winning this game by the final count, as you saw there, of 13-3. And in the second game, the Tigers victorious as well to claim that conference title. This was actually the first game. 9-3 was your final there. Which brings us to our KHQA Power Poll of the week, and it has shifted significantly. We'll check in at number 8 with a couple of Missouri schools as Palmyra gets the nod over Canton with a heads-up win earlier this week. Meanwhile, Jacksonville, who I mentioned earlier, jumps up to the number 6 spot this week, and South Shelby, who's just been bludgeoning people with a very powerful lineup, jumps up to number 5. So who is your top 4? We've got a new number 1. Liberty, just once beaten on the year and with a head-to-head win over Route, finally gets the bump this week over Route. We've kind of acquiesced there, although I think heads up, both those teams are probably a toss-up game anytime they play. Still have Scotland County at number 3 with that great pitching staff, and West Hancock, who is just roaring up games and starting to get better by the week. Still at number 4, can't get any movement against some of the smaller schools in the area, but that's the way we see the area teams as it stands this week. We have some softball to tell you about as well. On the road at Waterloo-Jabot, long road trip for Eric Oren's Raiders. They still managed to find a way to stay undefeated, winning in extra innings over Jabot in the first game, 4-2. Your number 9 hitter, Mary Beth Hugenberg, with a pair of doubles in that game to add to the cause. And in the second game, it was all about Aubrey Wilson. She gets the win as Q&D shuts down Jabot and wins that game by the final count of 11-2. What else have we for you today? We've got West Prairie pulling off the upset in this game of Liberty 4-2. Courtney Coleman, I believe it was. I think that's Courtney Coleman. I think I got that wrong. We'll check her name for you, but the West Prairie pitcher was great today. 11 strikeouts in that one as West Prairie beats Liberty 4-2. Sorry about that, Courtney. I'll get that checked out and update that for you here in just a second. More soccer for you today. Q&D versus Richwoods. First half a little sluggish for the Raiders, but this corner kick from Cassidy Foley finds sister Shannon Foley, and just like that, it's 1-0. Later in the second half, much better from the Lady Raiders. Full volley here from Jordan Frericks. It's going to miss, but there is Miss Shannon Foley yet again to clean it up and clean it up nicely, making it 2-0 at that point. Cassidy Foley about to make her presence felt as well, hitting an absolute volley bomb on this one to put her team up 3-0. The Lady Raiders are going to win this match 4-0, which means all they have to do in the afternoon is win one more, and they will claim the Quincy High Invitational title, and they will do exactly that in 8-0 fashion over Zumwalt North today. 8-0 is your final there as Shannon Foley gets 2 more goals on the day. She had a big day today as Q&D gets the win and the title there. The reason Quincy Notre Dame gets the title is because Quincy High at 8:30 this morning was upset by the final count of 2-1 to Zumwalt North was your final there. Also in soccer today, Fort Madison up at the IMS Invitational against Iowa Mennonite. Fine field up there. Fort Madison loses their opener but bounces back with a 6-0 win over Wapello today. Andrew Walmsley with a pair of goals there. In tennis today, it was Centennial beating Quincy High School 6-3 in the back draw, and also Jefferson City beating Quincy High 4-1 was your final there. By the way, it's Courtney Campbell. It finally came to me. Sorry, a little brain freeze here tonight. Been a long day. Courtney Campbell from West Prairie, outstanding pitcher with 11 strikeouts in the upset win over Liberty. And when we come back, it is your Con Communications Connection of the Week. We've got 2 of them for you since we missed you last week. We'll see you in just a few minutes. And welcome back, everybody. It's time once again for the Con Communications Connection of the Week, your chance to cast your vote for the best hookup in sports of the week, the most exciting of the month as well. We give you 4 nominees each month, and then at the end of the month, you have a chance to go to connecttristates.com, log on and vote for your favorite, and by voting, you become eligible, simply by voting, to win an outstanding prize package from Con Communications. We've got 2 for you this week, since there was no overtime last week. We're going to start with what is a rarity of the highest order. You saw it, Quincy Notre Dame versus Western. 5-2-3 triple play. Are you kidding me? Great plays made all around, including Dominic Miles behind the plate, who has the presence of mind to see the runner breaking back towards first. Great play here at third as well. And you see the tag right here by Dominic Miles, going to go back to Blake Lucy over at first base, who makes a great play there as well. So there's nominee number 3 of the month, and nominee number 4 of the month. Pretty darn good one as well. It is the connection of man plus discus. And in this case, that guy, Jacob Crenshaw, who had himself a heck of a week for the Hannibal Pirates, already a state champion. Well, look at this guy. He is going to set not 1 but 2 personal records this week in 2 different meets, going 163.8 at Quincy High School, and then here at his own meet at the Mark Twain Relays this week, 164.4. So those are your 2 nominees for this week. Do you like those 2? Or do you like our previous nominees, which I will remind you about now? Jordan Frericks with the golden goal against Quincy High this season, and as you might have seen, the outstanding double play against Illini West turned by Quincy High's Nate Vial and Bronson Melvin. All of those will be online for your perusal. We're at the end of the month, your chance to vote. And remember, if you vote, great prizes coming your way from Con Communication. It's an awful lot of fun.